And if you twisted it slightly, you could get that one to bounce on the floor, couldn't you?
I'm twisted enough. Hello YouTube. Here's the thing. I recorded a load of stuff earlier on, but I had a massive headache because after we built this set of shelves, we realised that the store film was still coming off the varnish that we'd used. It was dry, but it was making me have a headache, so most of what I've got to do is just being upset at having a headache.
I will admit, I've only just arrived in this office and it's very, very...
It stinks of varnish, doesn't it?
Get high,
it's awful. I've got the windows open and fans going and all sorts. And it's still giving me a headache. I may not be working in here tomorrow, let's put it that way. I'm glad I was out at the town hall. Anyway, this is Jade. And she's a very good user. She's been on the vlog before. A few times, in fact, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah. So she's very cool. You should subscribe to her channel. She makes interesting things. Different stuff to what I do, but interesting.
I vary my content a lot at the moment.
You poured 100 layers of polyfiller on your face, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much 100 layers of, oh god, Pound Weld foundation.
Like I
my
said,
skin did not like me the next day.
Like I said, polyfiller.
Yeah, pretty much, basically.
I've forgotten why I came up to make a video about it. What happened today is I got a letter. I went out to the town hall to do a meeting and got a letter from a homophobe. And now, he's a very well-known homophobe on the internet because he's been banned from the Yorkshire Post and all kinds of things like that. And he's basically just, he looks for any LGBT things and attacks people for them. So, hello there, you sad man who is probably watching this. I'm not going to name you because you don't deserve it. But what I'm going to say is that you're not the first and you're not going to be the last. And that's one thing that I will say to all LGBT people who decide that they want to go into politics. Now, I'm not the first trans politician. The first trans politician was in 1992. She was stood for Parliament with the SNP. Didn't win, but beside the point. And they faced abuse then. The other ones that came along in the 90s, they faced abuse. The ones that came along in the 2000s, they faced abuse. I faced abuse. The next one will, and the one after that. But at some point, it'll stop, and it'll just become, oh, it's just another thing. It becomes just something that happens. But you, with your hate, you're going to have that, you're going to have to deal with that forever. And I'm very, very sorry that you'll have to do that, because that can't be much of a life. And that's all I'm going to say on that one. On a lighter note, how are you?
I'm not too bad, actually. My newer videos are actually starting to get quite good reception.
Excellent, it's good.
I was thinking about going back into doing Hype or Hit, which was quite one of my quite popular film review segments that I used to do. However, the problem always is with those is anytime you put up any film review content that has any form of trailer in it or anything like that, you run the risk with YouTube of anything to do with copyright, and you get copyright strikes put on your videos and the content. It's still up on my channel. Some of the most popular stuff, like my reviews on Troll Hunter and my reviews on The Cabin in the Woods are all still up. I've left them up because I've taken to the fact that I'm not going to make any money from them.
Yeah,
but
it's quite annoying when that happens.
And then it leads into this whole thing that's been on YouTube recently about people's videos getting demonetized. Now, I put a video up about this a couple of days back. I recorded something just on my phone.
I remember, I watched it, yeah.
I've been on and off YouTube for nearly, I activated my account in 2006, so I've actually
Funny
been on...
enough, so did I. November 2006, when I got sick of the fact that I couldn't comment unless I had an account.
Well, I've actually been making content on there since 2006. Now,
I was later than that.
Admittedly, some of my content on my original videos is really bad.
Yeah, but the point is that you learn and you get better at it.
Oh god, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But the thing is that everybody's sort of like going, oh, all these channels are getting demonetized and everything like that. I was talking to Jenny earlier, and the thing is, the whole YouTube thing started out completely with no ads on it. Ad revenue wasn't a thing at all on YouTube originally. Now, it was actually quite difficult back in the day to actually become a YouTube partner. And it's become more and more easy as the years have gone on.
These days you can pretty much monetize the moment you start. I actually achieved being able to monetize videos before they made it easy. You know how I did it? It's not with any of my shows.
No?
I filmed a fire. A building was on fire and I filmed it.
Yeah, because back then it was based on views and subscribers.
Yes.
The problem is there is a lot of different opinions on what's actually causing it. And the thing that I said the other day when I recorded something about this is this sort of thing happens over and over again on YouTube. We've had the whole thing about copyright claims being issues and people worrying that, oh God, YouTube's going to go to the, It
never does. YouTube survives. And also it's worth noting that they have a history of incompetently applying things and then improving over time and getting to the point where it's all fine. The other thing to remember is that this isn't new. Technically, they've been able to do this for a long time because mostly what this is just, it's the same agreements that we all made when we got our accounts. They're just enforcing it now. In
all honesty, a lot of it is down to the fact that I've watched recently a lot of stuff on YouTube as I've become more active. And there's a lot of stuff out there that isn't actually content, yet people are getting thousands and thousands of views on it and stuff like that. And there's a lot of stuff that you watch on there and you wonder whether or not you think it's content. It's nice to get a little bit of cash for what I do, but that actually allows me to feed stuff back into my content, like if I need new cameras and stuff like that. I mean, at the moment, I need to reinvest in a new walkabout cam because at the moment, a lot of my stuff that I've been recording walking about has been recorded on my iPhone. Now, I have a 16GB iPhone. I should have got a much larger one. I know. So I run out of space all the time.
Well, more than that, I don't... Is it in here? I keep all my old phones. And all my old... Well, you never know when they're useful for prop. And this one here, the iPhone 4. I had this for years because I bought the iPhone 4 when it was still the top iPhone.
Oh God, yeah, I bought mine pretty much first day when the 4S came out.
Yeah, I recorded most of my shows for the Knob Mouse show on this. And the original vlog, the one that I did before Zog, this was what I recorded them on. It's now, because it's a solid state drive, there are bad sectors on here. If I record something on this now, the chances are the video will pause like that and jump and skip because it's got bad sectors. So I ended up, basically I wore the phone out. It's quite annoying because I love that phone. It's a wonderful phone. But I can't film on it anymore, and that's the reason I upgraded. And it just annoys me that happened. But if you're recording on your phone, you've got to be aware that that is a possibility, especially with them on smartphones, where the storage is solid state rather than a hard drive.
Yeah, I've got completely off subject here, completely. But the whole monetization thing, like I said the other day in my video, was the fact that monetization gives the opportunity for somebody who's lower end in the thing to progress and to then reinvest that money into their channel, shall we say? Because that's what a lot of people do. They will get a certain percentage of the money that they're getting gets reinvested into further stuff. There needs to be that possibility there, because if somebody wants to progress their channel, they need to be able to actually get extra things like a better camera, like you upgraded yours recently to the 700D, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought this with ad revenue, along with the lights and the little portable camera that we got as well. It's all because of ad revenue. That's how I did it.
Exactly. So that's the thing. If you don't have that extra money there to be able to do it, unless you've got free income from somewhere to buy new equipment, you're not going to be able to do it. And that is where the ad revenue thing comes in.
My issue is, if you're taking money away from news shows, which are reporting on news or actually documenting things that are going on. That I find questionable. That I find is bordering on disincentivizing people from doing citizen journalism, and therefore that I find issue.
Like the Young Turks.
Yeah.
The Young Turks started out as a, I don't know where it was recorded originally, but they've gone up and up and up and up.
Oh yeah, they have.
But they started out quite small, and they've got to quite an influential position. And the other day I actually looked on the news trending section on the same day that all of this came to light.
Yep.
I looked at the news trending section, and I think I only actually saw one news outlet that wasn't a mainstream media news outlet on there at that particular time.
Yeah, sounds about right. Anyway, let's wrap this up because we're going to end up with a very long show. I'll have to edit it down, of course, so you'll probably see a few skips. But
I
thank
do
you, Jade.
apologise.
Don't worry about it. It's a good conversation. Thank you, Jade, for coming along, and thank you, guys. See you tomorrow, probably with a proper vlog.